want to explain to you that you're the hit on every corner. Gotta confess to you, girl, what you doing to this brother. You've got my heart, my head, and my mind all burning with desire. And if ever I was given a chance, if only my body would give thanks. Now, baby, what do you expect of me? Should I stand in the middle of the road, let something run over me? Oh, so that I can get your full attention. Want to explain to you, girl, you're the hits on every corner. Gotta confess to you what you doing to this brother. You've got my heart, my mind, and my soul all burning deep desire. And if ever I was given a chance, in my body would give thanks. Don't let me cry to you, girl. Oh no, pride is a sign of weakness. But I wouldn't lie to you that you did destroying my fitness, girl. So let me stand in the road. Let something run over me. I would walk a mile for you.
What up, Icebox? How's it going, fam? So great to see you.
See, baby, what do you expect of me?
Yes, man.
Should I stand in the middle of the road, let something run over me, so that I can get your full attention? Want to explain to you, girl, you're the hit on every corner. Gotta confess to you what you doing to this.
Got a dope vibe for y'all today.
You've got my mind,
sounds unary,
and my heart's all burning with desire.
It's got full attention.
If ever I was given a chance, in my body would give thanks. Don't let me cry to you, girl, 'cause pride is a sign of weakness. Don't
for real.
You.
I see what I can do, brother. I see what I can do for you. Might be able to swing a thing. Yes, smart.
What do you expect of me? Should I stand in the middle of the road, let something run over me? Oh, so that I can get your full attention. Want to explain to you, girl, you're the hit on every corner. I want to explain to you that you're the hit on every corner. I
know you the man. The wheels of steel.
What you
talk about this right here, don't you?
Brother, you've got my heart, my head, and my mind all burning with desire. And if ever I was given a chance, if only my body would give thanks.
It's the groove.
Now, baby,
I know.
What do you expect of me? Should I stand in the middle of the road, let something run over me?
I got you.
So that I can get your full attention.
Yes, I am.
Want to explain to you, girl, you're the hit on every corner. Gotta confess to you what you doing to this brother. You've got my heart, my mind, and my soul all burning deep desire. And if ever I was given a chance, in my body would give thanks. Don't let me cry to you, girl. Oh no, pride is a sign of weakness. But I wouldn't lie to you that you did destroying my fitness, girl.
Mother's Day's around the corner.
So let me stand in the road.
It's gonna be a vibe indeed. A lot of special things going on for Mother's Day.
Let something run over me.
Lana was popping. How you doing? It's a big time takes, don't you?
I
I love this version, trust me. Dope rendition by the man of called Neri. Yeah.
See, baby, what do you expect of me? Should I stand in the middle of the road? Let something run over me, so that I can get your full attention. Want to explain to you, girl, you're the hit on every corner. Gotta confess to you what you're doing to this brother. You've got my mind, my soul, and my heart all burning with desire. And if ever I was given a chance, in my body would give thanks. Don't let me cry to you, girl, 'cause crying is a sign of weakness. Don't let me lie to you. No, 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 no. I'll lay down. What do you expect of me? Should I stand in the middle of the road? Let something run over me. Oh, so that I can get your full attention. Want to explain to you, girl, you're the hit on every corner. Don't let me cry.
Hey, Michelle, how you doing?
Don't just
Happy Mother's Day when it comes.
this brother, yeah.
I'm gonna put some pressure on. Make sure they take care of you. Make sure they take good care of you.
Want the mind,
Treat you special. Anything you want.
I learned to.
Word is you should have it. Anything you want. Know what I mean? Anything you want.
Yeah. Let me explain to you.
This is Wayne Wonder saying J. Cole, legal businessman. Bang, bang, boom.
I mean say this a protege, homegrown with G Cole, what you say, we make them know what reggae music we a play, this is Protege, the one and only representing for G Cole, you know. Check it, he's out.
And we said them not got no style like we. G. Cole, them not got no style like we. None of them no wicked, no wild like we. Accurate. Kabaka Pyramid representing for the #1 selector and radio host. It's all about G Cole. Keep it locked. Accurate.
Hey, what's up? It's your girl Kalia. I'm hanging out with your boy G Cole on the Homegrown Show.
Yes. Welcome one and all. It is Homegrown with G Cole coming to the Massive Crew live across the globe. Gotta big up everybody listening in from near and far. I got a dope show coming for y'all today. Where's that Mitch's birthday coming up too? Your birthday come up right around the corner. Dang, so Mother's Day around the corner and the birthday comes right after that. Listen, I'm gonna tell you something. The people who have birthdays around Christmas, they suffer from this a lot, but don't make it catch you. You know what I mean? Don't make nobody lump up your gifts. You know what I mean? Mother's Day is one thing. You're doing that. The birthday's the other. 2 gifts for say. 2. All right? 2. Make sure say you get 2. All right? Mother's Day's around the corner. A bunch of Mother's Day shows are going on. And there's a special one going on inside of the garden. And of course, inside of the garden is going to have some special guests. And tonight we're going to be speaking with one of those special guests. Monday, Thursday, we might be speaking with some other special guests. But tonight we're speaking with a soulful brother. You know what I mean? Soulful, the honey singer himself. You know what I mean? Talking about, you know what I mean? Veteran crew and the legendary things. You know what I'm saying? And we're talking about Mr. David Hudson. So we're going to chop it up with him. He's going to be inside of the garden as well as others, you know what I mean? But we got a vibe coming for you. Again, we celebrate the mothers the way we should. Right? Showing mom some love. Showing mom a whole lot of love. I want to big up everybody watching in on Jamaicans.com. Thank y'all so much for the love. I want to big up also the Massive crew that's watching on the Homegrown G Cole platform. Those people on YouTube. Tara Wagwan, fam. How you doing? So I've been back in the building, in the proverbial building for the past month. And I'm telling you, I have not found the energy and the strength to go into the studio. So I'm doing all the broadcasts at home, feeling like I'm remote. I've been away from the studio so much that it's almost like, you know what I mean? I'm getting too comfortable being away. All right, but next week I'm gonna be in the studio live because I got guests coming in live. Right now I'm at the crib. You know what I mean? Just bringing it to you. I'm doing fantabulous. I am doing so good. If I was doing any better, probably be illegal. You know what I mean? So, and of course, I got to take a minute to thank all those people that always take a minute. There's so many things you could be doing, but you always take the time to vibe out with me. You know what I mean? Have a good time and whatnot. Get my sip on, some water, you know. But thank you. Thank you so much. All right. Go to get back into the studio, get you some live performances and stuff like that. It's a vibe, man. Thank you to all those people that's gotten the single. I know your story also doing well out here. Picking up some steam in Jamaica. So thank you all so much for radio. You know, we do radio, but we're also very appreciative of radio because we need radio. You know, I don't know where that misconception ever came out that, you know, radio. We don't need that just because of social media. Nah, you need radio. All right. And for all the disc jocks out there, all those people that are, you know what I mean, putting the pedal to the metal, man, on the wheels of steel and making the world hear the music. Thank you. Not just for mine, but for everybody. And big ups and thanks to all the artists out there who take the time out to inspire us. You know what I mean? During trying times and crying times, they stay inspired so they can inspire us. And for that, I'm very, very appreciative. You know what I'm saying? I'm Mar Shepherd. What go on, my brother? What up? We're in South Florida. I see you. I mean, got to pass through Soul Flow, bro. I want you to pass through. Make sure you see a link up with G Cole right here, homegrown G Cole, and we can chop it up. All right, live and in living color. Big up to got a big up to that down there doing big things and major things. You know what I mean, keep doing the do. We got some new tunes are gonna be dropping on you. This one right here coming up right now is called So Good. It's the latest one from Dottie. As a matter of fact, it is her debut single, so might as well squeeze it off. You know what I mean? It's called So Good, and I dig it.
So good to be loved by you. So good to be loved by you. Some people wait a lifetime for what you give me every day. I don't have to look for love, you make it clear in every way. As long as we're here together, everything in the world is alright. From here into our forever, gonna stick by your side, cause it feels so good.
Ladies and gentlemen, hear this tune right here. You've been hearing me playing for the past couple of, you know what I mean, weeks and whatnot. Brand spanking new joints. We're gonna do it a little different. Dottie, how are you today? How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Catching a little off guard, but listen, I'm vibing to the tune, and the tune said call Dottie, so I have to call Dottie. You know what I mean? Gotta do what I gotta do. Gotta do what I gotta do. So Dottie I keep saying Dottie Montijo. Am I pronouncing it properly?
Yes, that's correct.
Jano, you know what I mean? Get my Espanol on. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Listen, the tune proper. Everybody I played for, every time I'm in the car, everywhere I am, and I say, yo, I need you to hear this, right? Proper, dope. What's the reception you've been getting? Not from radio, forget the DJs right now, but from people out in these streets since you dropped this song.
Well, I've been getting some good reviews. Everybody they are liking it, and everybody seems to be very proud of me. So I'm very happy and excited.
It is that easy listening lovers rock. Here's the thing. What I dig about it is there's certain vibes when you're driving, and I have playlists. I have certain little playlists that I curate, and I got my Bitty McLeans in there. You know what I mean? I'm a Terry Linens and certain little things. And sometimes I might throw back some stuff and some of the veterans, some Leroy Sybil, some Barry, some whatever, just to give me my easy listening driver on the block vibe. Feel good. You know, it's been a hard day of work, but this just makes me feel good. And your tune dropped right in the mix, right in the middle of that, and fits in so well. When you were creating the song, when you're in the studio making the song, is that what you were going for?
Well, so Shauna brought the song to me, right? And I heard it, and I was like, okay, I like this. Mm-hmm. And just singing the song, doing the song in the studio, it felt good. Just like it says, so good.
Nice. And I said it to Shauna, I said it to Richie. I said, production wise, and I mean everybody's doing their thing, and it's not a situation of okay, you found it. Well, what it is pretty much is it's growth. And over the years, we do what we do. And if record number 10 doesn't inspire you or move you more than record number 1, then you're probably doing it the wrong way. So my feeling when I got it was like, I was like, dang, this is the best I've heard. You know what I mean? Penmanship wise, this is the best I've heard, production wise, lyrics wise, and more than anything else, delivery wise. So when I heard it, I'm like, yo, the thing, yo, you sat on this one, man. You sat on it like a recliner. I like it. So it sounds it's easy listening. And to me, it's that song that somebody could perform for 10 minutes. It's also that song that I could sit on and listen to the person singing it for 10 minutes. Have you performed it live yet?
No, I have not.
Are you excited to drop it live for the masses one of these days?
I am. You know, we're talking and we're trying to figure things out. You know how it works. You know how things go.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see when I'm able to sing it live.
I feel you. It's a groove, man. It's just so nice. And you know what it is? 2, 1, repping for the ladies, because I'm always saying, yo, I love it when the ladies drop some fire and some pepper in it. You know what I mean? And over the course of the past couple of years, we've gotten one here, one there. But if this is the one, if there's a one for now, this is the one. You know what I'm saying? So the ladies got a champion. Listen, I love it. That's what I love the tune. The tune it feels so good. Jano. It feels so good. So Shauna is the writer. Shauna Dazzle.
Shauna's the writer.
Richie is the producer.
Yes.
And then of course Dottie goes in there and drops the magic and make it happen. I always told you got that beautiful. You got that.
I tried my best. And
you look your little humility too. It's all so cute. You didn't try. You did. You dropped it on him. You did. Anytime you perform in this one, please let me know. Wherever I am, I'm flying in if I'm not here. You know what I mean? And
I'm gonna make sure to text you.
Please.
Just like you texted me.
Please. You're gonna give me one of them texts like I just text you right now, the heads up that I gave you? One of those? Damn.
No, you didn't even give me a heads up.
Nope.
Guys, he didn't even give me a heads up. He asked me what I was doing live in 5, 4, 3.
I couldn't help it. I could not help it. And guess what? Generally, it's funny. Generally, we try to get somebody in the studio when they have a whole barrage of stuff. So we have a whole lot of stuff to canvas and cover when they come in the studio. But this joint right here, make me want to sit on a whole nice like a reasoning, you know what I mean? Because when certain songs come out, the way people connect, when you heard about the great ones, the Whitneys and stuff like that, a lot of the stuff was brought to them, lyrics and melodies and stuff like that. And because they can connect with certain things personally in their life, you know what I mean? Is so they can deliver it. Is that what you channeled in there, Dottie? You just making, you know what I mean? Such and such feels so good.
Of course, those are the best songs to sing. The songs that you can connect to, that you feel, you know. Who doesn't want to be loved properly by somebody?
I like it.
So you know what I mean?
I like it. And this is your manuscript. You're letting the world know that this is what I do. I can love you so good, or you're saying I am currently loving you so good. I'm trying to understand. Which one is it?
I want to be loved good, honey.
Oh. Dang, you done told me. You told me.
Gang.
And you know what? You deserve it. And guess what? That's all it is in life. Yeah, we give all this love, and sometimes we need to speak up and ask for ours too. Demand ours. Love me back, ma, or else I'm out of here. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I dig it. Well,
that sounds like the next song. Love me, or I'm out of here.
I'm out this piece. Yep. The B-side. I love it. Listen, Dottie, thank you so much for a dope song. You know what I mean? A lot of times we hear the song, yeah, man, but guess what? Thank you. Because my ears and my inbox are so populated a lot of times with stuff that hard to listen to. When I get stuff like this, it's very refreshing and it keeps me motivated for a long time to come. So thank you so much for a dope record. And I wish you the best of luck and most success with this one.
Thank you, Jico. I appreciate it so much.
Pleasure. And remember, when you're on stage with it, please let me know. All right?
Absolutely.
All right, mama. Be good. We're going to give it to the massive. All right?
All right. Good night, everyone.
Blessings. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Dottie Montijo with her latest single. It is called So Good. So Good.
be loved by you. So good to be loved by you. Some people wait a lifetime for what you give me every day.
What's up, Annette? How are you?
I don't have to look for love. You make it clear in every way.
DJ Lance to the building.
As long as we're here together.
DJ Lance, you got this one?
Everything in the world is alright. From here into our forever. Gonna stick by your side, 'cause it feels so good. It feels so good to be loved by you. Yeah. What a joy to love you. What a treasure I have found in you. This love is the perfect beginning to happiness. Wanna hold you, feel what you're feeling. Close enough, feel your heart beating. To know the rhythm and the blues of your love is all I'm asking. 'Cause it feels so good. Yeah. Oh, it feels so good to be loved by you. Yeah, yeah. So good to be loved by you. So good to be loved by you. Some people wait a lifetime for what you give me every day. I don't have to look for love. You make it clear in every way. As long as we're here together, everything in the world is alright. From here into our forever, gonna stick by your side, 'cause it feels so good. It feels so good to be loved by you. Yeah. What a joy to love you. What a treasure I have found in you. This love.
What up, Days? How you doing?
Begin.
So good to see you.
Wanna hold you, feel what you're feeling. Close enough, feel your heart beating. To know the rhythm and the blues of your love is all I'm asking. 'Cause it feels so good. Yeah.
One of my favorite tunes right now, and I lie.
Oh, it feels so good.
It's all so good. Dottie Montijo.
Yeah, yeah. Ooh. Feels like shoo-be-doo-be-doo.
You're listening to Homegrown with G. Cole.
What up, Gabby? What's up?
As long as we're here together, everything in the world is alright. From here into our forever, gonna stick by your side, 'cause it feels so good. Yeah, yeah. Oh, it feels so good. All I wanna do is be loved by you. So good, so good.
Brand new joint, brand new joint.
So good, so good, so good. Yeah. So good, so good.
I can tell your friends to tell their friends to join us right here.
We love
About to have a dope conversation. Like I said, I have not made it back to the studio yet. Remote broadcast, we doing it how we do it. You know what I mean? The show comes to you wherever.
My name is L.A. Gray.
Wherever we are, we're bringing it to you live.
Nations of L.A. Grace. My great-great-grandfather was taken from Sierra Leone. I'm from Sierra Leone. He ended up in Cuba as a slave all his life.
It's like,
It's L.A. Gray. Repping North London. Hey, Carol, how you feeling?
I work hard, 9 to 5. Got my son, my daughter to supply. And I always look up to the sky and aim high for life. Cause I see them watching me. And I hate to see them go hungry. So I have to succeed for all my dreams to become a reality. Who told you that you cannot find a better way? Come on, who told you that you cannot bring?
Easy on man. Easy on man.
My name is L.A. Gray.
Gotta pull it from the top, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm 5'10".
One of my favorite joints from L.A. Gray. One of the UK's finest.
Taken from Sierra Leone.
Bad tune, big tune, mad tune, crazy.
Cuba as a slave all his life.
Easy on man.
It's like,
Move with me. Rock with me. Got a dope convo coming your way.
Hard, 9 to 5. Got my son, my daughter to supply. And I always look up to the sky and aim high for life. Cause I see them watching me. And I hate to see them go hungry. So I have to succeed for all my dreams to become a reality. Who told you that you cannot find a better way?
A lot of my Atlanta fam.
Come on, who told you that
Miami.
you cannot bring?
Pembroke Pines, Coral Springs, Sunrise, Florida.
Hey, who told you that you
I see Brooklyn.
find a better way?
I see Hawaii rocking. Toronto's here with us.
That you cannot break all these days.
Jersey's here. Connecticut's here.
Ain't easy at times.
Yes, man.
Always gotta hustle to the money touch the sky. Don't get it twisted. We all gifted and we'll make our dreams shine. So see it through. Yeah. Do what you wanna do. Yeah. Who told you that you cannot find a better way? Come on, who told you that you cannot bring all these shades? Yeah, who told you that you cannot find a better way? Come on, who told you that you cannot bring?
Y'all ready for a dope vibe, a dope convo? My special guest.
It's like,
Yeah, man.
oh,
Gonna take a minute to talk to those who do it well, you know what I mean?
no,
Yo, G's got the formula. We're gonna see if we can get some of the formula, some of the juice. You know, we don't know too much. We searching, and we're about to find.
Someone loves you, yes they do.
No matter what,
No matter what,
I just want you to be my girl.
someone loves you, honey.
Love you, honey.
More
Anything in this great big old wide
Mother's Day's around the corner. Ladies. You know I love this version right here. You know I love this version. It's always the ladies talking about someone loves you, honey. We need love too. You know what I mean? You're gonna love me. If you don't love me, pack it up. I'm out. Taking my toolbox with me. Taking the TV. Everything. You can keep the bed. But I'm out. Taking the Buick too. Listen to this right here.
I see you every day as you pass my way. I get all choked up inside. I get lost for words, I don't know what to say. Now I'm standing here with my heart in my hand. I'm the one who loves you, girl. Let me be your man. I'm that somebody.
Man, I'm gonna bring my guests out. Yeah, come on.
That someone is me, girl. Oh, yeah, ladies. Oh, somebody to love you, baby. Hello, my brother.
How you doing?
Oh man, oh my God, my brother. I feel fantastic, man. And thank you for playing that particular song.
I've been rocking that today because, you know, like I said, I've heard versions of that song, and it's always the ladies crying out, talking about someone loves you, honey. You know what I mean? So when we get a version for us, I'm in heaven. I'm in heaven.
Yeah, but I heard your comment too. We got to be loved there also. Somebody loved them, but we got to be loved also. I heard you.
You know, you're so right. And the thing is, we're so cultured to have it go one way. You know what I mean? We dish the love.
Yeah.
And though we want it, though we need it, though we desire it, culturally speaking, you know, it's almost like we're afraid to ask for it. You know, but we got to demand. Love me.
A closed mouth don't get fed.
That's true. That's true. That's true. And I need my sandwiches.
Hey man, you've been in tenors, man, and that's a beautiful thing, man. I'm gonna have to start checking you out more frequently here in Atlanta. You know.
Oh man, I appreciate it. It's a lot of love from the world, and guess what? I'm just thankful for the gift of technology, making the world so much smaller, so we can, you know what I mean, get together no matter where we are.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now, I did a show, or I narrated a show a couple months ago. And we had a barrage of artists on there from the young, you know, whippersnappers to the OGs is what I call them. And I was talking to one of the vocalists who was talking about some Kool and the Gang, and he was dropping some Earth Fire and some stuff like that. And and I'd heard others do it before. I've heard the younger guys do it before. And I said to him, "You delivered it like no other." And he said to me, "You know, you can't be they're too young to drop these tunes. They can't connect with them. They can't feel them. They can't deliver." You know? Which is so true. You know what I mean? You are on that stage and have been on the stage. How do you feel when you hear the 2023 R&B right
now? It's in a sense going back to where it belongs, because they had took it out of content. The same as the rap game. I stopped listening to rap music after the Sugar Hill Gang and rap groups like that, Curtis Blow, because they started talking about things that wasn't positive as when it first started out. And the R&B singers today, they're good. You know, I have to give them credit. I appreciate them taking the time to continue to explore the craft and share it with the younger peoples, because they need to know. You know, they need to know they're not talking about love anymore, and that's what make the world go round, my brother.
It's so true. And as I dove a little bit into your bio and your backstory, I see that, you know, you've done your traveling. You have your fair share of your fan base across the globe. You know,
yes, sir. Thank God for that.
Believe me, when it comes especially to our music, our culture, we need that, and that's one of the things where I think a lot of people don't realize that we've got to think about way more than just our doorsteps, way more than just around the corner. The world is huge, you know.
Yes.
When did you realize that you had such a following outside of the US?
Oh my goodness. I was with TK Records, was the first company that I signed with, which was in Miami, Florida. and things didn't really turn out the way that I expected them to be. But I always loved the Willie Mitchell sound from Memphis. I got the opportunity to go to Stax with Tom Nixon and Joe Bridges, but I didn't want to be at Stax. Because they had so many artists on the roster, man. I knew I wouldn't probably get a shot at it, so I got lost trying to find my way to Willie Mitchell's studio. but, but nevertheless, I got the opportunity to get with him, and thanks God to Mr. Charlie Cross out of Brunswick, Georgia. He was my manager at the time, and I met Willie Mitchell, but Charlie didn't like the agreement that Willie Mitchell wanted to make with us. But I was so excited about being with High Records, and I wanted to be a part of that family. And I stayed with Willie Mitchell, and he the one that took me to Europe. And when I went over there and did the show, I didn't know anything. They didn't give me no update or anything.
Right.
So when I went on the stage and came off, and the people started calling my name and wanted me to come back out, I started to cry because I had never been exposed to that type of environment of entertainment before. It was simply amazing, my brother. Oh my God.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I do realize that there's a certain level, so I don't know if it's just familiarity, but that breeds on appreciation. But there's something about the road crowd that, we love home, but there's something about the road crowd. Like they hold up to you, like, you know what, like fine wine. Like, I don't know when he's coming back, so I'm gonna show my appreciation. So there's something about that road crowd that keeps you going and make you say, man, I gotta come back here soon.
Yes. Well, I had the opportunity to go back and open a show with Millie Jackson. I was her opening act, and that's how I got the connection with the Soul Festival, Peretta Soul Festival. As a matter of fact, I have a poster they had posted me on the back of the bus. I had never been exposed like that before. So this is the poster that they put out of me here on the wall.
Peretta.
Yeah, you can see that?
Italy right now.
Yeah. They've been doing a tribute to Otis Redding, man, for like, oh my God, I think 30-something years. And it's such an honor and a pleasure. I don't understand why in America we don't do that for our artists, but overseas, man, they just love soul music so much, man, and they treat you so kind. I was thinking about moving there for a minute, but I realized that, I just think I'll keep visiting.
Right. And I get you on that. It's like there's something very warm and something very welcoming, but you wanna go home.
Yes.
I'm making a visiting spot. Now, Atlanta, that's the birthplace, right? That's where everything began for you.
Oh my God. Yeah, this is home. This is yeah. Well, my parents met in church. My dad played guitar. My mother was a singer, but after she started giving birth to the siblings, my dad got a group together called the Gospel Tones. And they used to play on this radio station called WAOK here in Atlanta. Live, because we didn't have telephones and wireless and all this crazy stuff. Now, this is a picture of my dad with his group here.
Wow. Classic stuff. So which one is Pops? Which one of those is Pops?
The one that's holding the guitar.
Okay. Smooth.
Yeah. So after that, I growing up, my dad had his first son, which was my brother Amos. He had him a guitar specially made, and I didn't know anything about it. I was a child. They say I had the lady that would come over to the house after my father and them performance at the radio station, and so I put a towel over the guitar and had the heavy set lady to sit on it to break it. I don't remember that now, but they say I did it. But as time progressed, my older brother formed a group called the Citations here in Atlanta. And he knew I could sing a little bit, but he didn't know I could play drums. So we put a group together, and him and a friend of ours named Lee Howard just recently passed. May God continue to bless his family. We grew from there, and we would open all the shows at a place called the Palladium Club for all the acts that come from Stax out of Memphis, Tennessee, working through the EAR. It was an amazing journey, man. And like I said, the group started to disperse when I was offered to come to Memphis to Stax Company. They didn't understand the band and that I go up there and record with Isaac Hayes and those big boys, but when I go on the road, they weren't going with me. I was coming back home and get my family.
Right.
But they didn't see it like that. And we was young at the time, so things didn't pan out like they did. But I thank God for all of that, because it led me to become drum major in my high school. I remember the first time I performed in my high school, they had a thing called the Golden Rumble. And I did the James Brown. I cut my mother wig. And I couldn't go to school. I couldn't go back to school for a couple of days because the young ladies were so excited. It was the way they was treating me. I but I found out then, okay, this is really what I want to start doing for the rest of my life. I love to see people's happy and enjoying themselves, and thank God for blessing me with the talent and the voice to give them that comfort for 45 minutes an hour, you know.
Nice.
So yeah,
I
yeah.
like now sometimes, and this is what I love about folks that have seen a lot and
Hmm.
and a lot of great things and on a high level is you trivialize it and yeah, this is another day in the park. But let me ask you this: we're talking about the legendary stacks right here, right? This is when you watch so many of the old, I shouldn't say old, the new movies that talk about
Yes,
that era. It's a lot of
yes.
stacks artists in there. It's a lot of stack studios represented in there, and a lot of classic material. But when you just said stacks and you went up there, you worked with Isaac Hayes, you were still in high school at this time.
Yes, I was still in high school at that time. Yes, I was still in. As a matter of fact, this was in the '60s. Yeah, it was in the '60s. But it was so amazing to walk in Stack. Cause Isaac Hayes had a carpet about this thick, and when you step on it, it cover your whole foot.
Shag.
And then he had this Cadillac outside with headlights on it this big with a windshield wiper on each one of them. That was I had never seen that before.
Wow. Isaac Hayes.
Yeah, Isaac Hayes, bad man. Oh my God, he was dangerous. And I found out later in life that he taught himself to play all those instruments. He could not read music.
Oh, really?
Oh
So
my
he
God.
played by ear.
Huh? Say it again.
He was playing everything by ear. He didn't read
Yes, yes,
music at
but
all.
he can conduct a whole orchestra because he understood the terms of the music and the feel and the flow. You know, a lot of people go to school to learn to read music, but when they come out of school, they don't have the feel for it. You know, they're going by what was taught to them. But when you have been born, I guess the way Isaac and Dave Porter and them was born, you know, it's a different era, man, and it's a blessing to be in the company of those people. You know.
I understand. I got you.
Yes.
I got
Yes.
you. I'm in South Florida, and I know in the early years you'd spent some time in Miami too, right? Moved
Oh
to
my
Miami.
God, that's my second home. I lived down there 40 something years off and on, man.
Wow.
That- yeah, that's how I got my first recording deal. Like I said, with TK Records.
While
Yeah.
you were here in Miami.
Yes. Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
What's
Yes.
we talk right now about music and it has its pockets. You know what I mean? There's a Cali sound, there's a New
Yeah.
York sound, whether it be hip hop or R&B. There's the Miami sound, there's the Atlanta sound. To you as a singer, because a lot of times, especially today, the differences that we hear are a lot of times in the production and instrumentation, right?
Yes.
But in the days of real vocalists and real musicians and real bands, a lot of the differences were also in delivery and vocals. You know, a vocalist from Memphis didn't sound anything like a vocalist from Atlanta.
Oh
Talk to
no,
me
no,
about
no, no, no. No,
the
no.
Miami experience. What was the difference to you with Atlanta and R&B and Miami and R&B?
Well, I learned quickly while I was down there. I was introduced to some great artists down there. One of the brothers, John Edwards, before he joined the Spinners. As a matter of fact, him and I are still friends today. He lives here in Atlanta now. I get a chance to go visit him pretty frequently. Also, a gentleman by the name of Eddie Lovett. He was the first guy I met that did a reggae music with American lyrics, and that blew my freaking mind. You know, and like I said, it was a lot of talent down there, man. Alex Kempson, Chicago Kid. I can go on, man. Tinker, that played guitar. But I was introduced to TK Records. I was singing at a club called the Jetaway. When I got there, I was singing at the club called the Montego on 79th Street. Then I went to the Climax, the Galaxy, and then at the Jetaway, it was an upstairs place, but it was where all the Dolphin football players would hang out at, and the DJs from WEDR at the time with Jerry J and
Right.
Sweetback and Jimmy G, you know, all those cats. So I got to know them, and they was the first one that promoted Honey Honey when it came out. And it became number one on these radio stations. So they gave me a plaque, which I'll show you here on the wall if I can get a close-up picture of that. Can you see that?
Oh, nice. From WEDR, which is
Yes.
now 99, I guess 99 Jams right now.
Yeah, they done changed the name and they done changed locations.
Yeah.
Yeah. But man, it was such an amazing scene. I said I was never coming back home because there was so many clubs down there and businesses that was being owned by blacks. Only place that was having blacks ownership in Atlanta at that time was on Auburn Avenue here. And it was only one club down there. But in Miami, you had different places you could go, man. It would be black ownership, Fish Market, the Bell's Bondsman, restaurants. I mean, club. It was amazing to me. It was
Right.
amazing to me, and it was like school for me in a sense because I learned a lot from different artists down there.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, yeah.
So what's your instrument is drums, right? You're a drummer.
Yeah, well, yeah, well, that's where I started. But now I'm messing around with piano and guitar because I don't know how to read music,
Mhm.
but I know when I'm writing songs, I know that what I'm trying to get accomplished. So I had to get those instruments, so it'd be easy for me to explain to the musicians what I was trying to get done. But yeah, timing is. I love drums, but I haven't played drums in 30 something years, man.
Wow.
I got out front with that
Wow.
microphone, and once I got out front, and those ladies started letting me know they wanted me to stay out there. Oh, that's it. I'm staying here. I'm not. I'm not doing that anymore. This is where I belong, out front.
When was that moment? Because that's the thing too. When you're in a band, people, you have to maintain you have to maintain that humility because everybody's talented in their own right. And you have
Yes,
drummers
yes,
around there that are doing something that the vocalist can never do, right?
exactly.
And the vocalist is up front doing something that the guitar player could never do, but everybody plays their pocket. But there's certain that vocalist out front is the one that gets all the attention. Sometimes the rest of the band just have to maintain that composure and know that what, it's all a part of the game. But when exactly was that moment when you made that decision that I'm done with these drums? I'm going up front.
Well, we had, like I said, my brother had started a group called the Citations, and the bass player, he taught the bass player how to play with him, and he couldn't read, but my brother could. And that's when I did James Brown. With your bad self, say a lot, boom, I'm black. Okay, so my brother heard me practicing on my legs like that. He said, "We need a drummer, so you gonna play?" I said, "Man, I can't do this." Yes, you can. So I played the drum, but then I realized we could start doing engagements, and I'm saying, "Wait a minute, I'm doing two jobs. They ain't doing but one. I'm singing and playing drums." And at the same time, I was noticing other acts that would come from Stacks to perform. Sometimes they would bring their band, and sometimes our band would play with them. But then sometimes they would use our whole band, and we only had a couple of hours to learn the song. So that was kind of stressful for me.
Mhm.
So it was a friend of mine named Randy Ivory. We called him Bird. He was he still is a fantastic drummer, man. He played snare, and I played tenor in the marching band. So I recommended him to my brother and them, and he started playing drum. And I said, "Okay, I'm going out front now." So when I went out front, I think about the third time I went out there, and the people was hollering, "Okay, this is it. This is where I belong." Yeah, this is where I belong. And I've been blessed to continue to that, man, for over 40 some years now. I'll be 70 this year.
Right. And you've been out
Yeah.
front just enjoying it,
Oh
enjoying
man,
enjoying
it's
everything
been,
that being out front has to offer.
it's been a fantastic ride, man. I wouldn't trade anything for it. There's been some down times with it, I mean, I've been ripped off and lied to and cheated on, but I keep doing this because I love it. I love what I do, and when I'm there, it's like I'm free. I can just do what I feel, and the people seem to understand and communicate with me, and that's what it's about for me.
Oh, wow. I was reading somewhere when you were in Miami at one point in time where Betty Wright and some others came out to check you out, right? Doing your show. I talk to people a lot about synergy and energy because a lot of times, the movement goes on when it's not just one person. When you're doing great and the other people that are doing great comes out and support you, they support you all the time. You support them. And it's a synergy and it's a rolling ball. You know what I mean? And you can't stop that. Talk to me a little bit about the energy, the camaraderie at that time in the
Well,
business.
I was saying earlier on behalf of being introduced to TK Records. Like I said, I was singing at the Jetaway, and I was doing a lot of Al Green, so they called me Little Al Green. And it was
Right.
the Collier twins. They were doing Isaac Hayes and Teddy Pendergrass, and John Edwards was doing John Edwards. So I don't know how the word got to Willie Clark and Betty Wright, but I was at the club singing, and they came into the club and saw my performance. And I didn't know they was there until I finished. And it was like a mind-blowing thing because I really respected TK Records. I respected Betty Wright. I had been to the studio, but I didn't get a chance to get in to record at the time. So the word got out that this guy up there, whoever, David Hudson from Atlanta. So they came and checked me out. And that Monday, I got a phone call from Willie Clark, and he invited me to the studio. And that's how the ball got rolling, man. But I recorded 284 songs before they released one song on me.
Wow. And that was all for TK?
Yeah, TK Records. Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
And anytime they would call me to do a song, I didn't care what it was. I would sing it because I wanted a record and I wanted a hit record. But I had to learn quick that you can't do that because Clarence Reed wrote a song called "Must I Kill Her," and the story was it was a great story. And over in Europe, they still love the song. I don't do that song anymore.
So are people still asking you to sing that song?
Over in Europe because they still love it. I mean, that was okay in America back during that time when an artist record a song. Uh, like if Motown records something, they would release it in New York, L.A., and maybe Denver. Okay, when CBS released something, they would release it in Miami, Atlanta, and Chicago. So they had their different turfs, and then after these songs played there, they would rotate. You know what I mean?
Right.
So down in Miami, Henry Stone, all of his songs that before he released, he tested them out over in Europe, but he would never tell the artist that's what's going on unless the song get over.
Right.
So yeah, that's how it used to be, man. But because I was shocked to know that they even knew the song. They sung it. They couldn't speak English, but they could sing the words to the song. Where how the heck is that happening?
Yeah. Can't have a conversation, but they'll sing. That's word for word.
Yes. They love soul music over there. It's amazing. It's truly amazing country, man. Oh my God.
Wow. And we talk about the synergies and stuff like that. All that's also the era of the groups. You know what I mean? The vocal groups, the quartets, and the trios and stuff like that. And a lot of groups then that had both female and male leads and a whole bunch of that stuff going on. You're cutting through with your music, right, to an audience in Miami, Atlanta, which at the time we'd consider, I guess, the black market, so to speak, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Talk a little bit about getting out into those other areas, the New Yorks and the LAs and stuff like that. Was that also being pushed by TK at that time, or was it a struggle to get into those markets, to break into those markets?
Well, again, I didn't understand the business at all during that time because I was a teenager. Well, I had turned 20, 21, somewhere around there. But my thing was, and I tell people this all the time, a lot of artists don't understand the business because we don't focus on that. We focus on perfecting our craft. And we trust other people that's supposed to be professional in that department to do what they're supposed to do. But not all the time they mean well to you, But I've been fortunate. I done had some low down managers, but I had 3 great managers, and I thank God for that because they taught me some things about the business. So I had to take some time off to start doing some research on how this thing's supposed to go because I don't trust anybody in this business anymore. I really don't. I mean, I deal with them, but it's not about trust. It's called show business and music business. And if you handle it like that, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Yeah.
Well, they say expectation bring disappointments. As long as you don't expect anything more than from somebody to do what they're supposed to do, then you know what? Then there's no disappointment that comes along with it.
Yeah. Well, in order to achieve, you must experience some lows and some downs because it's to test you to see if you're really capable of staying on the scene, for the rest of your life, or as long as you're alive and want to do what you love doing. And I've been fortunate with that. You know what I'm saying? I got like 6 albums, and a lot of people don't know about that. Even here in Atlanta, they don't know a lot of songs that I recorded because, like I said, I lived in Miami for 40-something years off and on. Then I lived in Memphis for a while with Willie Mitchell. I went to Chicago for a minute. I visited New York when Frankie Crocker was alive. And that's when Honey Honey was a hit. And I called Frankie Crocker to play Honey Honey. But he told Frankie Crocker not to play it because him and the man hadn't redid the song over. And he didn't want the original to be played.
Versions of it. Whenever I look up Honey Honey, I see a couple of different versions.
Yes.
Yeah, and there's one too that has you, but then it has another name on it. I think it's Steve something.
Steve Alamo?
Yes.
Yeah,
I see
Steve
like
Alamo.
that when I pull it up, I see the different versions of it out there. So I can tell that it's been released a couple of different times. For a couple of different movies, probably.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Well, that's another thing that I'm very fortunate to be blessed with. Gentleman who wrote the song, I was told name Earl Kenneth King Jr. But then I heard of some discrepancies because of Michael Sterling. I don't know if you're familiar with him. He's an outstanding bass player and writer.
Mm-hmm.
He lives in Atlanta here also. I heard that he wrote the song, but nevertheless, I'm grateful for that song because, like I said, 280 something songs, and then it took us a year to finish Honey Honey. And when it did come out, man, I mean, people took to it like it was a new piece of candy on the block. And for other artists that been out and had records way before I did to want to record that same song, it really gave me pride. I wished I would have written it, though.
Right, right. I know that feeling. I know that feel. You know, the thing about music is, and especially artists of your caliber, we talk about longevity, right? Try to
Yes.
tell the young artists of today, look a little further than your nose, look a little further than tomorrow, and so forth. And you're talking about a
Yes.
song that's how long, honey, honey, 40 plus years old, honey, honey.
Yeah, we recorded it in 1979 in November. And during that time when you release a song in November during the holiday, that's when they think it's being played for the holidays. So in January they stopped playing Honey Honey. So TK went and re-released it in February of 1980. And my
Right.
God, from there, man, it's history.
Marketing strategies. And you mentioned, like you're saying, some people, you've released 6 albums, people don't know about it here and there. And that's a difference then when it came to the markets. It's like labels focused on markets. Like you said, some
Mm.
they're in Memphis, they're in that side of stuff, that side of town. Some people are focused on LA, New York, some are focused on
Yeah,
Atlanta, Miami, the South. Today, you release a song today and it's everywhere because it's a digital thing. It's a different feel, but it has a further reach, right? How do you adapt and are you enjoying this whole digital market where if you release a song today, well, I don't have to worry about the record label, pushing it in this
yes.
because it's there right away. How are you enjoying that type?
Well, I think a lot of major companies hate that happened, but it opened doors for a lot of artists and actors because it's trillions of singers and artists, man, and creators. But it's only a few people. It's like the draft for football or basketball. It's great basketball players in football, but they don't get the opportunity because they got the circuit locked up. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
now with the new technology, man, you
It's
don't
out.
need those guys. You don't need nobody in between. You just need to know what to do and just put it out there. And if the people's bite, then you in the right fishing hole.
Yeah. And you're right. Record labels aren't necessarily loving that right now because
No, no,
it's not
no.
to say that they're not valuable, but at the end of the day, it's somebody your caliber, other artists who have a fan base already, to some degree you don't,
Yes,
you know what I mean? And
yes, yes.
they're not necessarily happy with that right now.
No,
Um,
they're not. No, they're not.
it's they'll let you know in a heartbeat. Let's talk about radio because I tell these folks nowadays that we're coming from an era where people used to work radio. You put a record out, you might have to stop at more radio stations than you stop at performance places. You know what I mean? You
Yeah,
gotta
yeah,
because you need a radio to pump that record out there. Now
yeah.
we're at a time where people are more focused on again the digital era, so they think that they don't really need radio that much. Talk to me a little bit. Do you think radio is still relevant? Do you think we
Oh
still
my
really?
God. Oh my God. Well, before I speak on that, I'm glad that they're stopping with the CDs and the DVDs because they was killing artists with the dubbing and burning. I understand they had to make money, but they don't understand that the pressure and the problem that we go through to get to that level. And then we most of the time never get paid. We have a hit record, like the Gap Band, the Isley Brothers, even Aretha Franklin. A lot of artists have songs out, but and they was hits, but they never got paid for it. Because when you ask for the money, the company said, "Well, we flew you out there, you ate, you used the telephone." I mean, it's so much pressure. That's why you have to learn to manage your own affairs. But now radio, oh my God, if it wasn't for radio, how would people know about it? I mean, this before the internet and stuff came about. Even though the internet is out, but you still need radio. You gotta have radio.
Right.
You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with putting on your 5 stick, listening to jazz or other stations, but radio is something I think should stay around forever, man, because it broadcasts things and it also introduces you, like I'm being introduced to your audience with the live broadcast, and then you're not at home. I mean, you're not in your station, but you're doing a live broadcast from where you are. It's important, man. It's important because you need a relationship with the DJs in that city because the people that know that jock, when you come to town, if they are a part of that, it makes it even better because you know what I mean. It's called promoting.
Right. Right. Right.
Internet can only expose you so far. I mean, all around the world, yes, that's true. But each state has their own DJ or jock
Yep.
that people love to be. I remember living in Miami. I couldn't wait for Jimmy G and Sweetback to come on because I already know their format and George Down Jones. I knew what they were going to play, and I'd be excited about it because I knew those guys personally. You know what I'm saying? And hey, man, it's a relationship that you form back in the days. James Brown used to go to a radio station and used to pay the DJs to play his music. you know, and then companies did the same thing. They only had certain jobs they could go to and do things with. But again, I think radio should stay around forever. I don't really think there should never be something that doesn't be in the presence of the people, you know?
I love radio. I like
Go ahead.
love
I'm
it.
sorry.
I love radio not just for the music that's been played, but you get a feel of it because it's a human being that's playing it more so than a playlist, right? So
Yes, sir.
feel of it, and then he plays it, and a lot of times it's his delivery of that song and how he feels about it that becomes
Yeah.
contagious. That makes you feel the same way about it too.
Yes,
So
yes, yes.
that's what I love about radio.
Yes, man. I saw how you was bobbing when you was playing the reggae music, man. And, you know, I logged in early because I wanted to check you out.
You know, it's funny growing up, and you probably know this from just being in and around the culture, but growing up in Jamaica, which is the home and the mecca of reggae music, we used to hear a lot more of your music. We used to hear a lot more
Right,
R&B, a lot more top 40 music on the radio than we used to hear reggae music.
right,
So,
right.
so that's the reason why when you come to town, right? Because a lot of R&B artists would come to Jamaica and get brought to Jamaica for shows and had no idea how popular the music was there,
Right.
or within the diaspora and the Caribbean community. But we used to be fed a healthy dose of honey and a lot of your records and others. And so when it's time to see you live now, it's nostalgia. You know what I
Yes,
mean?
yes, yes. When I had the pleasure of going to Jamaica once, man, it was a great experience. It tripped me out because you know, I wasn't used to the money being changed over to the you all money. So
Right.
I changed over like $300, man. I was rich. I had like $6,000. But when I went to the bar and started spinning it, I see why it was that high.
Yeah, $1,000 for a Coke.
A $100 bill in America was $1,000 to them, you know. So
Yeah.
that's another reason why I'm grateful that I'm an entertainer, because I have had the pleasure to visit countries and states that a lot of people would never get the chance to do and to experience, man. And it's beautiful to be able to branch out like that, you know, to visit other languages and other people's that, but they still enjoy what you're doing. Yeah, I know Honey was pretty big over in you know, Jamaica. I know.
Oh yeah, it's one of those. You know, it's there's certain songs that like the three major stations at the time, like that, because
Mhm.
one was playing, they all were playing pretty much the same thing. So
Yes.
wherever you are in the country, if you're driving in a car and you drove out of range of one station, if you switched it, it's highly likely that at some point in time you're gonna catch it again. And
Yeah,
you
yeah, yeah, yeah.
know,
Well,
especially
you
on
know, when they had a format back then, all the radio stations, they had a format. They had to play certain songs at a certain time every day.
Yep.
Each jock had, even if the jock played it once, he had to play it at least once a day, if it's, you know, for it to rise up on the chart and everything. So that's another reason why I say I love radio, because like you just said, you turn it on EDR. If they're playing something you don't want to hear, you change the dial tones up to Fort Lauderdale. Well, what is this guy name? Oh my God, Tim. Not Jimmy G. Anyway, they had another radio station up in Fort Lauderdale. When you turn to that station, they'll be playing Honey. And I'm saying, wait a minute, it just went off on this radio station. Now they're playing on this station. So you know you being heard abroad. And again, man, radio, it's, I hope it never dies.
it's a powerful
I hope
tool.
it never dies. I
The
hope it
format
never
is
dies.
somewhat, people complain about the format, but the format is still the same. It's like right now, people are like, I hear the same songs on every, but not realizing that is success. If it's a successful song, you're supposed to hear it times and times a day. You're supposed to hear it on multiple radio stations, and
Yes,
that's the purpose
yes,
of radio.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
exactly, exactly,
I love it.
exactly. It's like a new product that comes out on the market, and everybody want to sell it because it's good. You know, if anything good will sell itself. In other words. And no station want to play something, and the other station not playing, and they get all, wait a minute, they getting a lot of hits on it because he's playing this record here. But well, we need to play it too, but it ain't on our format. But we got to put it in there because our listeners are going to that station just to hear this song. You know what I mean? So it's
Yeah.
amazing, man. For that to happen, man. Again, like I said, I love radio. I mean, I grew up listening to radio. We didn't have television back then. We didn't have the electronics they have now.
Right.
Black and white TV, you know what I'm saying? Used to listen to boxing on the radio, gospel music, everything you heard, it was being
Right.
live broadcast on the radio, you know?
Man, and to some degree, the good old days, because you kind of appreciated it more. I think right now we're in an overconsumption time. I think there's too much content right
Yeah,
now.
yeah, it is. It is. It's overkill, I call it, because it really opened the door to freedom to a lot of things that are being said and played that's really not worth being put on there, but they have the freedom to do it.
Yeah.
And you don't really never know what a hit is until it be heard. You know what I mean?
Yeah. True.
Yeah. So I don't knock the new technology. As a matter of fact, I'm for it, but sometimes, like you said, it's overboard done, you know?
Yeah. And
Some of the
that's the
stuff.
thing. Everything
Go
that
ahead.
comes out, with everything that comes out, there's always gonna be somebody that takes it too far.
It never fails. It never fails.
Always somebody going too far.
I can do it better than you can. Yeah, okay, probably. But yeah, brother, I'm just enlightened, man, about doing this show in Fort Lauderdale for Mother's Day. I'm looking forward to doing this, man. It's been a while since I performed in Florida, period. Hello, are you still there? Brother G. Gregory. Hello. Oh wow.
I lost you there for a second.
Yeah, it's quite all right. It's quite all right. It's quite all right. It's quite all right. I wasn't going anywhere. Someone love you, honey.
I love this version.
Yeah, man. Now see, now you got me thinking I might need to do that song since you've been playing it. I don't.
Oh, it wasn't in your set list. It wasn't in your set list.
No, it wasn't in my. Well, I didn't know that they was playing that there. I mean, I recorded it with Willie Clark and a guy by the name of Chocolate Perry, but I didn't know that. No, I didn't know. Like I said, I haven't been down in a couple of years, so I don't really know what's going on in Miami right now or in Florida. Period. You know.
Well, you record a song with a guy named Chocolate. You should know it's smashing out there. It's smashing. Chocolate, right?
Yeah, but this guy Chocolate is an amazing guy, man. He played with Crosby, Still, Nash and Young for years. He played bass on Bobby Caldwell, "What You Won't Do for Love." He engineered for the Bee Gees. He did one session with Michael Jackson. As a matter of fact, 4 of my new songs that I've been working on since 2015, he engineered it and did the music, but along with Benny Lattimore and a guy by the name of Roach Thomas and a few other musicians, Michael Cleve, Sam Hutchison. But Chocolate is a bad guy. I mean, he's amazing engineer and sound man. I mean, he's truly amazing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Big ups, Chocolate. You are coming down for Mother's Day.
Yes, sir.
Down to South Florida for Mother's Day. Every year when we go through this, and it's like, okay, we got some stuff going on for Mother's Day. I always wonder, what does Mother's Day mean to you?
Well, as a matter of fact, when I moved to Miami, I moved down there because the passing of my mother just blew me away, man. I was born on my mother's birthday, and when she passed, I was holding her hand. So
wow,
I couldn't deal with being here, and I had just had my first child born, and my son mother and I had broke up. So I didn't feel that I had no need to stay here in Atlanta because it was too painful for me. So when I got down to Miami on my birthday and Mother's Day, I wouldn't be around anybody because my emotions was overboard and my feelings was, oh my God. It took about 13 years to get through that. You know, I mean, it's still uncomfortable today, but I had to learn how to deal with that because that's a part of life. We all have to leave here eventually. And the peoples we really love, they're going to leave you eventually, you know. Just that, like I said, I took it really hard because my mother, I was born on her birthday. You know, and to hold her hand when she took her last breath blew my mind, bro.
Wow.
But now, you know, now I'm at the point. I'm older now. That's been over 40 something years, and I'm grateful because I understand the grandmothers now, and I mean the real grandmothers, the 60s and 70 grandmothers, not the 25 and 30 grandmothers. You know, they shared some things with me, and I carried them with me today. Like you said, pay attention, you know, not pay attention, but pay attention. And I used to think that was so funny because I was born in the city, but when I go visit my mother and them parents, the way they talk, go back, boy. I mean, why they talk like that? I didn't understand what was going on, but I was learning. My mother was making sure I learned as much as I could what she had to experience, and that's why she brought us to the city, her and my dad. So hey man, I think it's a wonderful thing, man, for Mother's Day, and I think all kids today, children rather, I don't like to say kids, need to value that because you only get one of them. You know what I mean? You can get anybody to be your pop or your dad, but you only get one mother, and you should cherish them. I mean, not even if she's not your mother, you should respect them because they play a significant part on behalf of all of us being here. You know.
Absolutely. And
Yes.
that's why I'm looking forward to the show too, what it represents. I too had the same, feelings like yourself. Where after I lost my mother, Mother's Day was a tough thing for me. But then
Yes.
seeing all the other deserving mothers, a lot of times I kind of felt like, man, I don't want to slight that awesome mom and my wife and whomever else because they're awesome moms.
Right.
Though I don't have my mom. So it's something that we have to come to terms with. But I
Yes.
understand exactly what you mean. Sometimes it's a little bit of a, it's a threshold that you have to cross over. It's a hurdle you do have to cross over. But once you get over there, then it's a beautiful thing to be able to share that with other people. And I know these
Yes.
people are waiting and waiting and looking forward to having you down here. What do you have in
Wow.
store? I mean, you ain't gotta give away the secrets and whatever. But like right now, you probably have to put "Someone Loves You, Honey" in the set list. But what do you have in store for us when you come down?
Well, I haven't met the band yet, but I've been talking with the leader of the band and also Sister Mary, man, and I got a very good vibe from them, and I think it's going to be an outstanding show. As a matter of fact, I know it's going to be an outstanding show because I got a surprise for the people's because I did record "Honey Honey" over in reggae.
Whoa!
So I'm contemplating on we're going to do the whole song in reggae, part of it, but I don't want to give away any secrets. But I'm sure that when the people come, they're going to be satisfied and really appreciate sharing Mother's Day with myself and the Red Hot Band because I really think that it's going to be an outstanding show, brother.
Nice. So I can't let that slide. I can't let that go. You recorded "Honey Honey" in reggae. I can't just let that slide. You say that, right? So is that going to be released or is that you just keep it?
Well, I'm not sure because I did it with a gentleman by the name of Julio Ferreira. He's from Cuba. He played guitar on "Honey Honey," as a matter of fact, and we was trying to figure out a way to re-record "Honey" because somebody else had did it in reggae anyway. Somebody did do it already in reggae.
Always.
Then I got a call from Hawaii with some friends of mine that was over there visiting, and they told me, "Hey man, they playing "Honey Honey" over here, but it's somebody else singing it." So I don't know what became of that of "Honey" and reggae, but I think this would be a good place to do that at because I'm singing it the same way, but the music is different. It's jack, 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 honey, jack, jack, honey, jack. I'm gonna get you. Oh, we're gonna have fun. We're gonna have fun.
I can't wait. And it's funny you mentioned that because I've heard of a lot of R&B artists, a lot of soul artists going to Jamaica on vacation and hearing their record in a reggae version that they never heard before.
Yes.
I heard Brian McKnight said to somebody at the hotel once, like, I went to Jamaica and I heard my song and I kind of preferred it to mine, to my version. It's like they latch on to that song and they love it. And it's because that's what used to be piped through. So everybody covers it in a reggae version. And if they do latch on to it and cover it, they love that song. So, but I want to hear I can't wait to hear your reggae. I'm gonna be the dude with my lighter up. You gonna see me? I'm gonna have my lighter.
For sure. You definitely got to make sure you introduce yourself, my brother, because I appreciate this interview. And I'm looking forward to meeting you, man. I'm also looking forward to all the honeys to bring out their mothers and their grandmothers. And let's just have a wonderful day for Mother's Day. Let's do this thing, and hopefully we can do it again in another year, some other event. But I'm looking forward to this. This is a very exciting venue for me. Oh my God, I'm just blown away about this. I was so pleased when Mary and them got in touch with me and asked me about coming. They thought I was still in Miami. No, I'm in Atlanta now. Oh, David, we have to get back with you. Okay, so like 2 months went by because they called me like around in January, and I didn't hear from them. I'm saying, okay, I wonder if I made a asked for too much for them to bring me down there. So I said, well, okay, let me talk to my father, and that's your second home. You get down there, you ain't got to worry about nowhere to stay and all that. But due to the fact it's in Lauderdale, I used to stay off of Davie Boulevard, as a matter of fact, in Fort Lauderdale. Yeah. So, but the people that I was familiar living with at the time, they done moved from down there. But I still know people in Miami and also in Fort Lauderdale. So it's gonna be awesome for that too, because it's gonna be like not a vacation, but
it's homecoming for you.
Yeah, well, and it's going to be so wonderful to see these people that I have been blessed to meet, because after the COVID, man, so many people are leaving here, and like every day somebody is passing away, and I've lost a lot of friends in the music business. And when I hear about it, I always post something about them on Facebook. So I had a friend of mine said to me, David, if you post somebody else on there that you know done passed in the music business, do not come to my house. That's what I did. I laughed too because I knew it was a jokeful thing, but they don't understand. When you meet someone in this business, man, you learn to respect each other's crafts, and you kind of become family. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because we're doing the same type of work. We're pleasing peoples, and we're trying to not outdo someone else, but you being put in a circle to where you now in the big league. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And when something happened to one of those people, it's really a uncomfortable feeling. Like when Timmy Thomas passed, that really, oh my God, that really hurt me really bad. I remember him and I used to work together at the Round Bar off of 79th Street and 7th Avenue. I remember meeting him at TK Records, him and Lattimore and Little Beaver and KC, and Jimmy Bohorn and George McCrae, Gwen McCrae. I mean, it was, man, you couldn't tell me I wasn't in heaven.
Wow. Sound like a good time, like a great time.
Oh my God, it was, my brother.
Like some stories that we can't even go into on air. How it sounds like.
Yeah, it's deep. Well, I know you've seen that the write up on me, man. It's pretty long because
I was going through and I'm like, you're not. It's not just because here's the thing. In this business of music, a lot of times, if all there is the music, then what they talk about, right?
Yes.
As I read the stuff about you, they talk about the music and they celebrate the music a lot.
Yes.
But what I did appreciate is that they talked about you. And in a business of music where the culture of it, the process of it, the formula of it is a me thing.
Yes.
Where you're taught to focus on you and not be a human being, but be a star and the whole nine. It is heartwarming. It's refreshing to see that a lot of the people who have encountered you during your career, they hold on to not just the music, but who you are.
Yeah, and I appreciate that because I shared my beginning as a child of losing my right eye at the age of 6. I share about my family. I share about some of my schoolmates. I wanted people to know that there was more to it than what they were just seeing on stage. Right. I am a human being, and I go through changes, and I have problems. I've been married twice, and it's not a comfortable thing, but you have to learn to get through that. A lot of my songs that I had written, I would never record them because they heard it so bad to say what I was saying. Right. But I wouldn't mind somebody else doing it. But now I'm getting to the point where I'm older now. I have learned to adapt. So that's what makes hit songs. Because if you sing about the truth, you sing about experience. You don't sing about guessing. Yeah. A lot of rappers, that's what they're doing. They're talking about they killing this and they doing that, but they're not doing that. Then you got the young kids thinking that it's true, but music, it gives you the option and the opportunity to share some personal things about your life and realizing that you're not the only one feeling that way. There's millions and thousands of other people feeling the same way, but somebody need to stand up and talk about it. And that's where us entertainers come in.
You're so right about that. None of us are immune to the trials and tribulations of life. None of us our situations are never unique. It's happening to you right now while it's happening simultaneously to someone else. And a perfect example of that, you mentioned losing your right eye as a kid with a slingshot, right?
Yes.
If you ask every other, and this is in Atlanta, right?
Yes.
Now we're in Jamaica in the Caribbean. A slingshot for a boy in Jamaica is rite of passage. We all have the slingshots, and every person who has a slingshot goes through that has at least one friend who's lost the eye or almost lost one due to a slingshot. Trust me.
Wow.
We're different places, but we're doing the same
thing. Exactly. That's one thing that got me. My brother brought to my attention when I got out of the hospital. I was in the hospital a year, 6 months, 3 weeks, and 4 days. I never forget that.
Wow.
And when I got out, I had this big patch I used to have to wear, and it was, I was a young kid, I had my head hung down. They used to call me the one-eyed side cloud and all that. It was very torturable and painful, but I lived through it. But what happened was my brother told me, say, hey, man, Jose Feliciano? I said, no, I ain't never heard of him. He said, well, he's the guitar player and he sing and he blind. I said, what they got to do with me? He said, you know about Stevie Wonder? I said, yeah, I know about Stevie Wonder. He said, he blind too, ain't? I said, yeah. He said, you got one eye, you can see. What making you think you cannot do what they're doing? But you can see out of one of your eyes. So you and it like turned the light switch on in my head because I was very uncomfortable about my situation. But I found out Sammy Davis Jr. had one eye. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying, well, you know, it's not as bad as I think it is. And I embraced it. You know, I embraced it, man. And I don't mind sharing that with people. A lot of people say, oh, if you wouldn't have told me that, I wouldn't have known. Well, I don't go around just telling people this, you know, but it's not nothing that I'm uncomfortable to talk about. You know what I mean? It's a part of my life.
Right.
Yeah, it's a part of my life. But it didn't
And
stop
that's
the singing.
and you're so right with it too. And you know, kudos to your brothers because your brother, because a lot of times, whether we realize it or not, that encouragement is what we need. You know,
Yes, yes,
somebody
yes,
that it's a little bit of tough love, but it's also a reality check. So
yes, exactly, exactly.
we can't see it ourselves. It's whenever it's easy to be introspective when things are cool, you know.
Mm-hmm,
But
mm-hmm.
whenever things are tough, that whole concept of introspection goes out the window. You can say anything you want to say. I'm struggling right now. I got something going on. Don't tell me to introspect. Don't look within.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So you
Yes,
do need somebody, right, to be able to give that, and it's a blessing from God too to have that, whether it be a close friend or a brother who can, you know, shed some light on a scenario or a situation and make you see it from a different perspective. And I feel like
exactly,
same thing with
exactly.
music when somebody writes a song and now
Mm-hmm.
you interpret it, honey, honey, you deliver it now from a different perspective.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah. I was speaking of Honey Honey again. I never forget Betty Wright. After we recorded Honey Honey, she was just coming back off tour from Europe, and she would always stop by the studio before she go home. So I'm sitting in the car with the bass player and the guitar player that recorded the song, and we was having a discussion because we was getting ready to do an engagement. And Betty Wright knocked on the car window and said, "Where that guy that song Honey Honey? I want that song because it's a hit." I said, "Betty, you got enough hit records already. Why can't I have this song?" And she started to laugh to let me know that she was proud of me and gave, you know, I knew
wow,
once, you know, because again, like I said, a lot of people didn't know this, but like I said, her and Willie Clark are the one that really, in a sense, got me into TK Records to record, and it was a journey, it was a trip, man. Like I said, but it's a lot of strange things went on in that building, man. But we put, when Henry Stone always put out hit records. I think he was the only company that would allow a person off the streets to come in if they had talent and record them. You know, most time you had to log in time and you have to have pay for the time. But Henry Stone, if he thought you could make some money for him, he gonna let you in there. You know.
right, right.
So you know, I dislike the business side of it because I never got paid for Honey Honey, never ever. But
Wow, wow,
but but it's all right. It's all right. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm still here.
right.
A friend of mine named Michael Clee wrote a song called "Feel So Good," and it says, "Came down from Atlanta, that's my home, a few years back, hoping to find fortune and fame. Someone said to me to fly down to Miami, you might make yourself a name. They didn't tell me about the girls, they will be so fine. I was so young, I like to have lost my mind. I waste a lot of time, forgotten about the grind. But my name is David Hudson, and I'm still around. Yeah, baby, I'm still here."
Oh man, just a piece, just a taste, just a sniff of what we're going to get inside the building for the Mother's
Yes,
Day.
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I love it. Who every time I speak to somebody who's spent any time in the industry, even those people who haven't, but somebody like yourself who you're tenured and you've seen a lot, and a lot of the
Yeah,
stars, and a lot of the
yeah.
OGs, who in your career, your long illustrious career, tell me somebody who wowed you, who left you starstruck? Because again, you're around a lot of the stars, and you're one of them yourself. But who is it that
Ooh.
you met that person you were absolutely starstruck?
Well, I have to say Al Green because you know, when him and Willie Mitchell came out, Willie Mitchell had Otis Clayton and Ann Peoples and Seal Johnson on his label before he got Al Green. But when Al and Willie Mitchell collaborated together, man, the sound that they put out, oh my God, man, it was all about love. It wasn't about nothing but love, 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 love. And I was so in love with my son's mother, and we wasn't together.
Right.
When I got the chance to meet Al Green, Willie Mitchell, he cursed a lot, you know. He said, look, I want you to sit over there on that sofa, and Al Green gonna come in a few minutes. I can't say the words on the air, but
Right.
and don't be acting like no little bitch when he come in here now, because I know how you love. My God, when Al Green walked in, I just started sweating and shaking. I didn't know what to do because now I'm really meeting my idol. I mean, his band had fell in love with me and the band I was working with out of Covington, Georgia, called the Wrecking Crew, and we would do all Al Green music. And the lady told me one night, said, "Y'all sound like Al Green, but you ain't on the Al Green." But his band respected us because we played the music and the sound is so close to Al Green. It was amazing. So I would say Al Green. And then when I was overseas with Millie Jackson, I had the chance to meet with Quincy Jones and Shaka Khan, and my God, oh my God, okay, this is too real for me, Lord. I mean, I'm really somebody now. I'm in a circle with these types of peoples here. I mean, my God, I still I'm getting chills now talking about that because it's not something that happened every day for every artist, man. Mike, and like I said, I did the Loretta Soul Jazz Festival off and on for like 5 years after Millie Jackson took me over there and introduced me to the peoples.
Mhm.
So man, yes, 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 yes.
Good time.
Mothers, here we come, mothers. Y'all get ready.
As we talk about the legendary career and stuff that you've been through, the people you've met, all the faces, all the places, right? Because it's etched in your mind, and no two trips around the world is the same.
No,
You know what I
no,
mean?
no, no, no,
Same
no.
places, see the same places,
Woo.
not the same. When you had your band back in the day, a lot of people used to say you sounded like Al Green. Was that your? I mean, and you said you're a fan of Al Green. You loved what he did. Was it you intentionally trying to sound like Al Green, or was that just your sound, which you then had to kind of?
No. I studied Al Green for months, every night. Every night, I would sit down with the record player and put the record on, put my headphones on, and I would listen to every instrument on the song, listen to every pronunciation he made, every breath he took, because at the time Al Green was the hottest artist of my time. I mean, the biggest artist I ever knew by me being in the industry. I mean, you had the Lou Ross, you had the James Brown, you had the Sam Cooke, you had the Jackie Wilson. But in my era, Al Green, oh my God, like I said, he was talking about love, and I was going through a lot of hurt and pain then, and him and Willie Mitchell soothed that for me. So I knew if I could sound like Al Green, people were gonna pay attention to me because I didn't know how I sounded. I didn't know how I sound. And then I with Willie Mitchell, he told me, say, Al Green came to the studio, say he wanted to sound like Otis Redding. He told him, how you gonna sound like that country man? You from you you from right next door to us. You can't don't be trying to sound like Otis Redding. Sound like Al Green. Al said, I don't know how I'm supposed to sound, Papa. So they worked it out. So when I got there, I told Willie Mitch, I said, we did this song. I had wrote Let's Get Back Together. So I told Willie Mitch I was nervous. He said, what's the problem? I said, I'm gonna kind of sound like Al Green. He said, I ain't actually who you're gonna sound like. You just go in there and sing. You just go in there and sing. Don't be talking about sounding like Al Green. Goddamn, if you sound like Al Green, I wouldn't be recording you because I don't need no two Al Greens. So that gave me confidence in myself too. But I learned a little bit from a lot of different singers. That's how I created my style. By listening to other artists and hear notes that gave me chills or did something to me. Okay, I got to use that. I got to figure out a way to use that into what I'm doing. And
Right.
it's been fantastic, man. I mean, you learn from other people's, man. That's why I'm so grateful the time that the Lord sent me here.
Right.
And to go through everything I've gone through. Like I said, it's been some rough times, but the overall, when I look back, I see good more than I see bad.
Wow. Can't ask for
Yeah.
more than that. Can't ask
Yes,
for more.
sir. Yes, sir.
So it's the Mother's Day show, and
Uh-huh.
you're gonna be in the building. Let me get the details a little bit more because I know Mary have my head if I don't get a right date.
Yes, please do.
Let me see here. Mary sent me all the info. But the Mother's Day show is coming up, and it's going to be at the Garden. This is
Yes.
in North Lauderdale. And the other thing too that I wanted to get in with you is this live musicianship, right?
Woo.
Being on stage with that live band. I said, listen, it's okay. We can do the tracks and whatever the case may be. But
Yeah.
being able to interpret the records with your band is an
Mm.
experience within itself. Talk to me about, because you're a cool guy and so forth, but I know when you come on stage and that band cranks up, it's a whole different, its energy's up the roof. Talk to me a little bit about your connection, not just
Ooh, you got me shaking, brother.
with the audience, with the
Well,
people.
I do track. As a matter of fact, I'm doing a track date the following Saturday for a birthday party. But it's nothing like having live musicians. I mean, you look up there Even if I'm in the audience, when I look up there and see these guys making this sound, and I'm seeing them do this, it's kind of hard to say what you feel, because it's amazing
Right.
for that sound to be coming out like that, and the human being is making that, and everybody's in the lane, everybody. It's, oh my God, I don't know if it's like in heaven or it's like going to heaven, but it's electrical feeling. I'll say that.
It's
Because you can do things with a live band you can't do with tracks.
That is true.
You know?
That is, it's a total different, not to downplay the tracks, because sometimes we got to do what we got to do.
Yes, sir. Yes,
But
sir.
that band experience, which is what you're going to be delivering on
Yes.
stage, is a
Yes.
total different.
It's like night and day, brother. It's like night and freaking day.
What's the show date? What's the show date?
The May the 14th. Doors open at 5 o'clock. The show start at 6. We're gonna be on time, baby. So if you haven't gotten your tickets, you better come on, because I understand we looking pretty good. Some of y'all gonna be sitting up in the nosebleed section.
It's gonna be a sold out event. It is gonna be a sold out event. It's for quite a few reasons. One, it's Mother's Day.
Yes.
Two, we got some dope performers in the building, including yourself as a headline act, and we have Wayne Armand, we have Sims, we have the Quarter Red Band, which is overall entities in their own right. But
yes,
I've seen many Mother's Day shows.
Okay.
This is different. This is totally different. The lineup I see here is just totally different, and I know some of those folks that you'd want to bring mommy out. I don't think it's going to be that way this time. I think mommy is going to tell the child, you bringing me. Or, as a matter of fact, the mom's going to tell the child, I'm bringing you out. Right?
Yeah, let you see what we do.
What we do, because these young people have a tendency to think that they got it on lock, right?
Yeah.
Listen, your mama get down. Right? And mama's been listening to Honey since she was in high school in Jamaica. And now she gets to hear Honey and reggae.
Yes,
and
man.
all that good stuff. It's gonna be
yes. I think it's a fantastic lineup, man, and I'm pleased to have this opportunity to work with the band, because like I never met them before, but they're always in the studio. So if they're always in the studio, there's no doubt in my mind that these guys are not on point, man. And I know they're pretty popular there in Fort Lauderdale area.
Yeah.
And back home in Jamaica, you know what I'm saying? I wish we could probably do a live broadcast so they could hear the guys over there. But the lineup is fantastic. I'm really sure nobody's going to walk away from there not being pleased. And this show will be talked about for quite some time. I'm certain of that.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm so looking forward to it. And I'm gonna get into some. I'm gonna get them honey in a second, and another one. See, I save your songs for the end, because a lot of the major releases and big releases, Facebook will cut them. You know what I mean? Radio, we good, but Facebook cut them. So I got to keep them to the end. But I want to say, first of all, thank you so much for taking the time to hang out with us, and for all the people here in the chat that are enjoying hearing you talk. You know, and when you come down, I'm gonna see if we can even, get you in live. Who knows? We could get a couple minutes and chop it up and see what's going on. But I just want to say thank you. Thank you so much.
Well, the pleasure's all mine, my brother, and I thank Mary for connecting us together to do this broadcast. As a matter of fact, I'll be in there on the 12th. I'll be in there Friday.
You'll be in from the Friday. Okay.
Yeah, I'll be in on the 12th, a week from tomorrow. I'll be in early. And because I want to get a chance to move around a little bit, and get to meet the other artists and stuff, and to get to meet you also, hopefully before the show. But if not, I'm definitely gonna make sure I meet you before I leave from there, because I really appreciate this interview, brother. You're a fantastic guy, and for those of you that are listening, go tell your friends they got to tune in with Dr. G.
Always, and I'm putting this on the podcast too, because a lot of people, they tune in to hear the stuff that they don't hear on the regular. And it's one thing that drives me and have me uber excited right about now is just talking. We sometimes it's a cycle, and a lot of times the same people come back in town, or the same people are coming in town. So it's kind of dope to get an opportunity to talk to you again. The analogy I use a lot of times is it's the record that was playing when I was a kid. I'm now talking to the record. You know what I mean?
Wow. I can't go anywhere and do a show unless I do Honey. And then some people that don't really believe it's me, you ain't on a date with Hudson. I go, who am I then? If you David Hudson, if you David Hudson saying honey, honey, I said I'm gonna quit going out because I'm getting tired of singing this song every time I go out the door.
Oh my
But then when I look back over it, I'm just honored that they love the song. And like I said, the timing couldn't have been no better than it was, man, for that song to be released. And again, I thank the Father for blessing me to be the one to first record it. I'm so honored for that, you know.
Wow, they say most of the great musicians have at least one song that they're just tired of singing, tired of hearing people.
Well, no, I'm not tired of singing it, but I did
sing,
stop
but
singing
then
it.
it's such a
I
blessing.
stopped singing it. Huh? Say it again.
No, but it's still a blessing.
Yeah,
the same thing. That's
yes,
oh my
yes,
God, you
yes.
want, they will see you. They'll see you in the restaurant eating, and ask you,
Oh, man,
honey,
see what I'm talking? Grocery shopping. Come on, man. I mean, but I never got tired of this song because I mean, I couldn't find no faults in it. I mean, every instrument is singing what they're supposed to sing. I mean, it's a song that I would say was done perfect. But I did stop singing the song for a couple of years because I was very angry that I never made any money. I'm not going to keep singing songs and going in somebody else's pocket.
Right.
But then I had to sit down with somebody and have a discussion. They said, I would do show. You ain't gonna sing money. No, and walk off the stage. And man, you can't, David, you can't do that. That's what got you here. That song got you here. So I had to do some thinking and some soul searching to realize they was right. Okay, they money gonna stop coming, but as long as I'm still performing, I'm gonna still be able to survive. And that's what I'm doing. So I'm grateful that I did the song. I'm not pleased the way it turned out, but I'm grateful the way it's turning out now because that's been 20 some, 30 some years, 40 some years ago. And this song is still well known, and I'm still around to do it. So I'm oh my God, I'm thankful. Yes, I am.
More than that. Can't ask for more than that. And the last album that had this one on it, which I guess is the most recent version of it, is the album The Legendary Henry Stone Presents. Is that the one? Is that the
yeah, okay. Present. That's the last album I did with CD I did with Willie Clark.
Okay.
And they added the Honey Honey album onto it to remind people of the stuff because everything else on there was original and new. But and they wanted, if the people didn't want to hear all that, they could go on down and hear the Honey Honey album because
I gotcha. And then that song, Someone Loves You, Honey, your version on that one. When did you do that one? When did you release that?
It was, well, I don't know if they released, because during that time when we did that album, that production there, that's when Henry Stone was getting ready to close the shop there. He was going through a lot of things, bankruptcy and all that kind of stuff. And Clark, I didn't even know that Clark was going to do that because I didn't want any more affiliation with Henry Stone. I was done with that. Right. But they had a collaboration and understanding to where, okay, I have to accept this. But I don't know if they when they released it, to be honest. But I know they released the CD. I'm not sure the date right off the top of my head. I'm not sure of the date. But yeah, the song has been played and people are familiar with it because I done went on YouTube and saw it was on being on there played. And excuse me 1 second, for just one more.
No problem. Ladies and gentlemen, a good vibe. And I thank you all so much for rocking out with us. A good vibe hanging out with Mr. David Hudson right about now and just chopping it up, talking legend, talking legacy, talking a whole bunch of things. I think that's the blue one, right? That's I think that's it. You in the red hat.
No. Okay, this one right here, it's a live CD I did over in Europe. I took a band from Macon and Macon and Savannah, Georgia, and we did a live CD over in Italy. Yeah, I'm gonna make sure you get a copy of that because it's pretty interesting. I'm doing a lot of cover songs on there. All right, now a gentleman friend of mine named Feel So Good. Feel So yeah, this one is the one with the yellow on. Yeah, this is a live CD recorded live.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Cool. Feel So Good. With Blast Record. This was done with a gentleman out of Chicago named Rick Lucas. With Benny Latimer did the coaching on and arrangements on there. I'm gonna make sure you get a copy of this one also.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah. So those are two.
Let's clarify one thing first, because see, here's the thing: the people who watch the show who are local, they're very possessive, right? And a lot of times when you come and you give me the CD, sometimes they think of me as a valve or a conjunction to where you gave it to me to give to them, which is not the case.
So you want to clarify that right now, right?
Right now, it's not for me to give to you.
No, that's right. It's my personal gift to you, sir.
I'm just saying.
So now, if they would like to purchase one of them, they can let me know. I have about 7 copies left, which I'm going to bring down with me. But I definitely got to make sure you get one in your hand because And I'm sure some stuff on it you'll probably like. But I, I want them to know. I'm gonna say it again. This is for you, directly to you, sir, not for them. So let's clear that up right now.
Do not see me in the streets. Do not see me in the streets and ask me nothing. All right. Come out to the Mother's Day show. David doesn't have somebody. DJ Lance is mean, very mean. I don't care. Yep. Show. David has a couple of CDs left. It's not a lot. So when you grab what you grab, you're grabbing a piece of legacy right here. You have something to hold on, something to take home. So come on out, come on out, come on out, and enjoy. DJ Lance, leave me alone.
Lord, God bless you all. I can't wait to see you all for Mother's Day. Stay blessed and be safe.
Thanks,
from the
man.
bottom of my feet to the crown of my head. I love you all. Thank you so much, Brother G.
Appreciate it. I'll see you in a couple of weeks. All right. And I look forward to it. And it's gonna be a blast. I'm looking forward.
Yes, sir. No doubt about it. Honey, honey, you reach over and hold me tight. I'll reach over and turn out the light. We're gonna. I love you all, mothers.
Thank you so much.
All right, brother. Later.
Take it easy. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. David Hudson. Legendary things, man. Legendary joints.
Honey, honey, girl, you know I'm gonna get you. Honey, honey, you know that I gotta get with.
Julia, what's up? Nardia, what's up?
We've been kissed,
DJ Lance, Camille,
I'm burning through and through.
Teresa,
kissing and touching really turn you on. Let me make love to you. Let me make love to you. Tell you you reach over and hold me tight. I reach over and turn out the lights. Gonna in the middle of the night, let's till broad daylight. We're gonna. Ooh, honey's alright.
These are the kind of songs get you in a whole bunch of trouble, you know what I mean? Start off with a bottle of wine and the CD right here. Wake up with triplets. Trying to hold David responsible. It don't work like that. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Honey, honey, girl, I really, really, really love you. Honey, honey, I wanna take care of you. Honey, just let me love you. Just lay here in my arms. Girl, hold me tight, girl, we got all night. Let me make love to you. Just let me make love to you. I tell you, you reach over and over.
It's your boy, Blackavelli Sorted from London, UK. Touchdown in Montego Bay, heading to Ocherias, to the curls and turns of Fern Gully, to the green hills of Walker's Hood. One DJ, G. Cole, with a homegrown show. Hey, G. Cole, you smashing it.
I gotta pull it from the top. What you expect? It's the lovers, man. It's for the ladies. It's almost Mother's Day. Get your mom out, your wife out, your baby's mom out, chick you creeping with. You know. Keisha.
Honey, honey, girl, you know I'm gonna get you. Honey, honey, you know that I gotta get with you. We've been kissing and touching and burning through and through. If kissing and touching really turn you on, let me make love to you. Let me make love to you. Tell you you reach over and hold me tight. I reach over and turn out the lights. Gonna in the middle of the night, let's till broad daylight. We're gonna. Ooh,
Arlene S., thank you so much. I love you. Arlene S., thank you.
Together. together. Honey, honey, girl, I really, really, really love you. Honey, honey, I wanna take care of you. Honey, just let me love you. Just lay here in my arms. Girl, hold me tight, girl, we got all night. Let me make love to you. Just let me make love to you. I tell you, you reach over and hold me tight. I reach over and turn on the light for sure. In the middle of the night, let's till broad daylight. Ooh, honey, it's alright. Stay right here, sweet honey. Let's do it together.
These are songs make you call up the wrong people at the wrong time of the night, not you.
Together.
Calling up people 2 in the morning, talk about you sleep. You sleep, girl. What you mean if she's sleeping? It's 2 in the morning. She got work at 5.
If you want this high, if kissing and touching really turn you on, let's reach for the sky. Girl, let's reach for the sky. Tell you, you reach over and hold me tight. I reach over and turn out the lights tonight.
Miss Leslie.
In the middle of the night, let's till broad daylight. Ooh, and it's alright. Stay right here, sweet honey. Let's I really want you.
Mother's Day inside the garden. This is what you in store. Trust me, Taco Pepper. Real music, real love, real soul, real song. You better roll up in there with your real girl. I'm just saying. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, much love, much thanks to my guest, Mr. David Hudson. Listen, I'm getting all kind of texts right about it. I'm getting some emails. I'm getting some WhatsApp, and the people them say, listen, you played something before. Listen, the Honey's fire. I'm just saying fire. You got to listen. These songs, I'm just telling you, them album here should come with a waiver. All right? We not responsible for what happens 9 months from now. It's just music. All right? It's just music. We're not responsible. Don't hold us responsible. Don't hold the singer. Don't be rolling up to Atlanta trying to get child support from Mr. Hudson. He just sung the song. I mean, you called Keisha after listening to the song. You called Keisha, put the song on. It's your fault. All right? Them triplets ain't got nothing to do with David. Mind your business. All right? Somebody hit me up and say, yo, you just played a version of a song that I really, really like. Man, you know it's radio. I can't be going back. But just for you. Just for you. Just for you. All right? Just this one time. I'm feeling it.
Someone loves you, yes they do. No matter what. No matter what. I just want you to be my girl. Someone loves you, honey. Someone loves you, honey.
More than what?
More than anything in this great big old wide world. I see you every day as you pass my way. I get all choked up inside. I get lost for words, I don't know what to say. Now I'm standing here with my heart in my hand. I'm the one who loves you, girl. Let me be your man. I'm that somebody. Someone loves you, honey.
I'm just saying.
That someone is me. No matter what, I just want you to be my girl. Somebody loves you, darling. You, honey.
Mother's Day, baby.
More than anything, Lord, in this whole wide world. You're my sunshine when it rains. With you in my life, I can feel no pain. When I'm asleep at night, you're my every dream. And when I see your sexy body, girl, it makes me wanna scream. Somebody loves you, girl. Someone loves you, honey. And that someone is me, love. No matter what, I just want you to be my girl. Somebody loves you. Loves you, honey. More than anything in this whole wide world.
The Camille said, "Let it burn."
Sometimes when I'm home all alone, ooh, I can feel you near, even though I know I'm all alone. If I could just hold you, darling, in my arms, I'll make love to you, baby, all night long, because I love you, lady. Someone loves you. Yes, I do.
I love you, girl.
You don't have to cry no more. No matter what, I just want you to be my girl. Whenever you need someone love, a shoulder, just give me a call, and I'll come running right to you, 'cause I love you, baby. Someone loves. Yes, I've been waiting.
It's called Someone Loves You, Honey. When I say it's a fire tune, ladies and gentlemen. I love it. It's dope.
Someone.
It's the kind of song make you want to talk in a low voice. You know what I mean?
Love.
Hey, baby.
No matter.
How you doing?
Alone.
I know I messed up and got fired from a job and everything, girl. Can't buy you nothing for your birthday or nothing, but I love you, girl.
That one more
I know you heard about me and Keisha and him, but it's just rumors, girl. That ain't true. I know you got the footage and everything.
He put you through, girl.
I know it sounds like it look like it's me, but
no.
That dude had a hat on. I ain't got no hat on.
Yes, I love you.
My love's just for you, girl. I'm just saying. So I got my friend David singing it for you because you know something loves you. You know.
Love can be like.
This you gonna get the accent in it, Camille. Tune in bad like this, mate. You gotta start speaking like this, you know. Starting from England and all that, you know what I mean? Gotta pick up the man them called DJ Lance, you know what I mean? Blessings, blood.
Understand.
It's gotta be like this, man. David gonna be in the house and it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be Mother's Day, you know what I mean? Gotta get your tickets, get your mother, come out, you know what I mean? Bring your mums, man. You know what I mean? Be a man about it. Don't bait up situation. You know what I mean? Camille. Woo! See what I can do for you, Arlene. Wagwan Yutan J. Soul.
I must have your love if I'm going to stand tall and fight for the things that I know are good and true. The most I can say is that I will do all. My heart will be just as long as I have you. And I'm gonna mind how I walk, and I'm gonna mind how I talk. Gonna mind what I say. Every night I'm gonna pray.
Easy. Sometimes you got to take it from the top. It's lovers vibes, man. Grab your girl. She broke up with you. Go get her back, all right? Get you a mariachi band right outside of her window. Get your boombox out. Listen to David CD. Turn it up loud. And beg for love. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
I must have your love if I'm going to stand tall and fight for the things that I know are good and true. The most I can say is that I will do all. My heart will be just as long as I have you. And I'm gonna mind how I walk, and I'm gonna mind how I talk. Gonna mind what I say. Every night I'm gonna pray. Yes. I must have your love if I'm going to feel right, and if I'm gonna make it in every little thing I do. The most I can say is that I will do all. My heart will be just as love I got you. And I'm gonna mind how I walk, and I'm gonna mind how I talk.
Music.
Gonna mind what I say.
Feels so good.
I'm gonna pray.
Anytime you get snap your fingers music, anytime you hear music make you want to snap your fingers, you're in the right place, baby. You're in the right place.
I'm gonna mind how I talk. I'm gonna mind what I say. Every night I'm gonna kneel down on my knees, and I'm going to yes, sir. I must have your love.
Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say thank you so much for the love. Thank you so much for the support. I appreciate y'all coming up. It is my time. Remember to hit me up on social media at my G Cole, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. I'll keep you abreast of what's coming on and who's coming up next and the vibe. Trust me, it's going to be dope. Remember, the podcast Homegrown with G Cole is available on iTunes, Spotify, TuneIn, Stitcher, Google Play, iHeartRadio, Radio.com, YouTube, wherever links to your podcast, we're there. We talk to some great people, listen to some good music. Trust me, trust me, trust me. Asa Starling, thank you so much. It's a vibe, man. I got to get up out of here, but this is how we roll out. You know what I mean? Tunes for the lovers, for the ladies. I remember Mother's Day inside of the garden. May 14th thing. Times of the essence. Jano, when I'm listening to these songs right now, I can't even wait for Mother's Day. Y'all get David down here now. I'm just saying. Thanks, Camille.
But I
can't wait, man. I can't wait, man.
And I will have your love.
Lodge at massive over there at Jamaicans.com.
And I got to have it.
Yep.
Yes, I have. Give it to
I gotta roll, ladies and gentlemen. Thank y'all again for rocking out. Remember to go over to YouTube. Subscribe to the Homegrown with G Cole YouTube channel.
There's no doubt.
If you just came on, you can go ahead and watch this conversation over again. Trust me, I had a blast chopping it up with the legendary OG. You know what I mean?
You're the one for me.
I gotta roll, though. I love y'all, man. Peace.
And I'm so glad that you are mine. As we lay here in the dark, you and me and you, we're alone.
Thank you all so much. Remember, go look up Mr. David Hudson.
Girl, now I can't.
Camille, for real. Get yourself a copy of the album when he comes to town.
Yeah. We're We'll just lay here and be as one girl. Take your time, 'cause we're all alone when I'm loving